yeah, it took off like that. In show business, you're only as good as the last show that you did, because that's the one that people remember. And when I said I hosted presidents, when there were presidential elections in Guyana, and they would come to New York, and they would have these town hall meetings, and sometimes they will need an interview or a mediator, and then I'll come in. So I hosted President Barjack there when he was president of Guyana, and I used my Toastmaster skills there. People would come up during the Q&A and go, "Oh, I knew when you were growing up." It's a small country. People knew everybody, right? "I knew when you were growing up, I knew your grandfather." And I was like, "Wait, that's not what you're supposed to do. This is a Q&A." So when the guy went off, I came back on the microphone and I said, "Ladies and gentlemen, this is a Q&A. If you're going to come up for a question, please have a question." And then I turned to the president and I said, and no, it was no fault of the president, because the guy didn't have a question, so he was like trying to make up a response, and he went on, and I said, "When you come up to the Q&A, make sure you have a question, and Mr. President, we could keep the response to 3 minutes. That way we can get everyone's in." One guy in the audience came up to me and go, "Are you a Toastmaster?" And I go, "Yep." He go, "You took charge of the meeting?" And I said, "Yeah, I did." So yeah, I did a few of those. I did the Venetian Convention Center in Las Vegas. That was Unmatched India. They were talking about jewelry, all precious diamonds and all of that from around the world. And I'll give you one of my experiences there. How it happened is that you have the models that are coming on the stage and they're wearing diamond brooches and bracelets and earrings and all these jewelry. And the camera will pick up the image and throw it up on a big 20-foot by 20-foot TV screen. And while you're seeing it up there, I am describing what you're seeing so you can know all the intricacies of it. When that happened, one of the models tripped backstage. So the stage is empty. In my ear, the director said, "Keep talking, Kishore. Keep talking." Everything was scripted. There was a book on the table. I just picked up the book and turned to the back cover, because the back cover is usually a synopsis of something in the book. And in the same tone of voice, I started reading. Off script, but in the same tone of voice. By that time, she came back on and I went back on script.
Wow.
So yeah, your talent is going to find room for you. It's going to make room for you.
Yeah, that's a very good lesson, because you always try to adapt to the situation that you find yourself.
Yeah, I did radio. It's the same thing. I got in church.
Mhm.
A friend of mine picked me up from there, and he was like, "Come with me." I didn't know where we were going. Took me to the radio station, introduced me to the producer, put me to sit behind a microphone, flipped the switch and says, "Talk." And I just did something randomly, and he go, "You were live on air." And that's it.
Wow, wow, wow.